they got Kel, and I ended up being in the crossfire.
You're up.
Okay, so go. Jamahl, we saw that you gave Markelle a hug once he came out in that fourth quarter. Just for you, how did it feel to witness that be a part of his comeback?
I'm just so happy for him, right? Like what he's gone through and how patient he's been. And it was about the joy that he played with, that energy and that excitement and that togetherness that he brings to our team even more so. And that's what it was. That was that hug. And the kid he's just pure joy. And that's the way he plays the game. And that's what he loves. And that's what's such a great thing to be a part of for him.
Sometimes him getting into the paint, but also finding guys. Is that kind of how you envision, his game, incorporating it with his teammates?
He's always been capable of that. Again, his creativity, his vision, his passing, his selflessness, being able to find his teammates, that's always been something he's been able to do. And again, that part of his being able to read and recognize defenses, obviously in certain timeouts, he's coming up, we're talking at free throw lines, understanding what he sees, because he's got just an unbelievable vision at knowing what's going on in the game and a great read for the game.
Coach, you had 8 players in double figures tonight. Just how good was the balanced attack and the willingness to share the basketball as a team as a whole?
That's what we've been preaching, and that's what we're going to continue to preach to these guys, to understand that sharing the basketball, everybody can thrive. And so the selflessness that we continue to show, the tied togetherness, and the just continued competitive nature that we're showing is going to continue to grow.
We saw in that third quarter when you guys went on the run, it felt like Jalen played a big part of that between his defense and getting into the paint, scoring. What'd you see from him in that third quarter and to really turn the game there?
Just that, his ability to slow down a little bit, understanding with the pace of the game, if he didn't have the break right away, it was being able to spray it out to find his teammates. He and Dell did a great job finding each other in those situations. But just our ability to get downhill, attacking early in the shot clock, not playing against the clock. So I love the pace. And then defensively, obviously a 19-point quarter, our ability to sit down and guard.
Coach, Melissa Thomas with Florida National News. Just piggybacking off what you mentioned, talk about Wendell. Like, he basically kind of put the game on his back in that second quarter and kind of the first half a little bit. But talk about his performance tonight.
He was great. He was aggressive, but also smart with it as much as he could be. His ability to roll and have a presence at the rim, defensively sitting down, and people don't understand how difficult that is sometimes for these bigs to sit down and guard small guards, and they've got great attacking guards. He did a good job of sitting down, helping clean up the glass. But again, his presence at the rim was felt, and that's what created a lot of these open looks, us being able to get downhill and then spray out to the threes.
Markelle played most of his minutes alongside Terrence, Mo, even a little bit with Chuma. How important was it, especially in his first game back, to be alongside guys he had a little bit more familiarity with, just because a couple of years back?
I think that's part of it, his ability to just that familiarity with those guys, but just a settling factor in some of the ways. Again, we're going to continue to look at different lineups, different rotations to see exactly what that looks like for him. But that comfort level of being out with those guys that he had played with before is a little bit of that factor.
Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports.
Jamahl, we talked about it the other day of what you've seen in practice, but never seeing him, in a game situation up close. What about his performance kind of maybe surprised you or caught you off guard, if anything?
His quick reaction reads, you've watched him on film, we've watched him, he's been in practice, but those reaction time things that are happening in game, he's so good at. And understanding the recognizing coverages and whatnot, he does a great job with that. So again, his energy, his joy, the way he plays the game of basketball, but just being able to find those quick reads has been something that is special for him.
All right, thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back with Wendell, Obama, Dan.
Markelle, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. Just getting ready to check into the game and hearing the crowd get behind you. Just how special was that moment? Checking in for the first time.
It meant a lot to me. I really appreciate the fans, the city of Orlando, my teammates, this organization, just all that love. It really means a lot with everything I've been through, just in life, and especially with this injury. they helped me, stay positive, continue to want to work hard, and gave me even more motive to, to come in every day and give it my all. And to feel that when I check in it meant a lot, especially with not having, I was very excited about the game, but, hearing that just gave me a little bit more comfort, a little bit more, energy to go back in there and be myself.
Markelle, did it feel like you would imagine it was going to feel, leading up to today, being back on the court, being back out there with your teammates?
I would say yeah and no. Just coming into the situation, just taking it one day at a time was really a long process, tough days, but the excitement, I think it lived up, and probably a little bit more. I was just super excited just to get out there and just play and be on the floor with these guys and be able to fight with these guys. And to do it today, it was like, it was amazing. It brought a lot of joy to me, and it was good.
Markelle, this is Melissa Thomas of Florida National News. Given your journey, what do you feel is the greatest point of development that you've experienced for yourself?
I think understanding that there are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days, in everything in life, in the sport, and really understanding that the process of how you go about your day means a lot. Attacking each day, one day at a time, giving it your all, that's all you can ask for, just to wake up every morning. So being through an injury before and then going through this injury, that was really my mindset. Just really just attack each day as hard as I can and just try to get a little bit better every day. And when that time comes, that time will come. So that's one thing that I definitely learned about myself. And I learned that, with a great group of guys around me, nothing else really matters. That's all I'm focused on is my teammates and what we need to do to win.
Kel, Chris Cuff, 24 Flicks. What did it feel like for you being back out on the floor, back in the flow of the game, back to the speed of the game, out of the practice room and into the real game? How was that for you today?
It was actually amazing. Again, I give a big shout out to my teammates, the coaching staff, for just how we practice and how we go about our days for shoot around, just making everybody feel comfortable and everybody on the same page. So when I got out there, it wasn't like I was thinking too much. Again, my goal was just to go out there, play as hard as I can, and enjoy the game that I love playing. So being able to go out there with a group of guys who know that, we're all on the same page, I felt extremely good, and then the energy of the crowd and everything, my body, the adrenaline was running, and I felt good. It was great to get that first game under the belt, and now it's time to get ready for the next one.
Markelle, what was the locker room like as you went back in there? I got word you might have got a little wet.
Yeah, the locker room energy was crazy. It was kind of quiet at first, so I was kind of thinking about it, but as soon as I went in, it was a lot of water bottles, a lot of excitement. And again, it just shows the fun that we have, every day with this team. We enjoy the process of winning and going out there competing. And also, even if we lost, just the process of just being together and having the opportunity to do something special.
Markelle, how much did it help, in your return to be alongside guys like, Terrence, Mo, Chuma, guys you've been around for, a couple of years? How much did it help you stay settled throughout the moment?
It was dope. It made it a lot, like I said, they made it very easy on me to, be able to go out there with guys that kind of knew my game a little bit, but great basketball players. So again, just going out there, I just wanted to do what I know I can do is just go out there, be myself, play the game of basketball, try to create for others and do whatever we need to do to win. So it was dope to have those guys out there, for the first time being back.
Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports.
Markelle, when did you feel settled and comfortable coming into the game?
Honestly, probably when I first stepped on the floor. I think, standing up the first time and going to to check in and hearing the crowd, and then letting Cole foul for me to go in. I think that was the moment for me where I was good. Like even going through layup lines, just having that energy of just doing that again, it brought a lot of excitement back. And again, I was just super excited to go out there and have fun.
Go ahead, Luke.
Speaking of pregame, you had that moment on the baseline with your family, with your mom and your son. I know this has been a long time coming for you, but to have that with your son there in attendance, I know he was a little fussy when you had to go and warm up again, but what was that like, and what did that mean to you personally to have that moment today?
That honestly right there is the story of my life. They've been with me through everything, and then having my son there, seeing the joy in his eyes. Obviously, he was pissed off when I had to go back, but again, everything that went on today to help me prepare for the game with my family being able to be here, having this organization, my brothers behind me, it made me just be at ease. It made me very comfortable. I see this organization as family. So it was just very easy for me to just come in and be relaxed and be myself.
All right. Thank you, Cal.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Yep.
Go ahead, Dan Savage.
Until Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. Just start off talking about your attire, everybody coming in with Cal jerseys or jersey t-shirts tonight. Just how much was the whole group behind him and excited to see him return?
I mean, I was excited, man. Just the stuff I've seen him do in the past when he was healthy. And I was just excited just to be on the court with him at the same time. So, this is a special one for me and a special one for him. He got the whole Orlando behind him. He got all his teammates behind him. And, he's a special talent. I'm just honored to be on the court with him at the same time.
Wendell, this was your first time being able to be on the court with Markelle. I guess, what did you learn about his game, being out there with him, and what did it feel like for you?
A lot of people told me, while out there, whenever he's driving to the hole, just put your hands up. The ball may be coming. You never know. You might not think you're open, but he'll find a way to get you the ball. So, when that's the problem, I feel like that's a really good problem to have. Everybody kind of understands what kind of player he is. He's a hard worker. Both offensively and defensively, he likes to set up his teammates, and he's a great scorer at the same time. We saw it tonight. He can knock down shots. With that, he's able to get to the basket. He's pretty crafty around the rim. Yeah, I feel like as he gets his legs back underneath him a little bit more, this team is going to be a whole lot better.
Wendell, Melissa Thomas with Florida National News. Noticed you kind of put the game on your back for a while there in the second quarter, I believe. Kind of talk about, was it Markelle that kind of inspired you to do that? Kind of talk about that.
Yeah. Actually, Markelle told me. And he told me when he came back, he said, "I'm gonna be on you, man. Like, I see the kind of player that you can be, and I'm going to be the teammate that's going to be constantly telling you, like, man, you are a great player." And just the fact that he told me that, and then in the middle of the game, he told me, like, I caught at a foul line one time, and he said, "Man, go to work. I said, "All right, bet." I did. I went to work, and then he's like, "Man, that's what I need you to do. Be a beast. Like, that's what's going to open up for the rest of them." So, he's an inspiration, man. He's such a genuine person, and then on the court, he makes it so much easier to play.
Even before tonight, you've elevated your game to another level the past 15, 16 games. What's been the difference for you? What's changed for you, now compared to earlier in the season?
Just getting comfortable. I had a change of scenery last year around this time, and it took some getting used to for sure. But I'm starting to learn everybody's habits, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. Their sweet spots, and that's the same thing for me. Jalen's learning, where to hit me, how to hit me. Cole is too, France is too. So I feel like the more time a team has together, the more we'll learn more about each other. I'm just kind of hitting that upward slope right now for myself, for the personal accolades and things like that.
Del, your team had 8 players in double figures tonight, tying a franchise record. When your group shares the ball like the way it did tonight, just how much more potent does it make you guys as an offense?
No, that's hard to guard. When we're moving the ball, especially against a team that switches and things like that. Putting them in rotations a lot. That takes away from what they can do on offensive end, because now they scrambling a lot on defense, using a lot of their energy, and I feel like that was a perfect example of that tonight. And I feel like if we can just continue to do that, whether we making or missing shots, I feel like that's the next step for us. Tonight we made some shots, we made some good shots tonight, but sometimes we're on the other side where we're sharing the ball, but sometimes we're missing. It's an off night, and I feel like we kind of get down on one another, we kind of get down on ourselves, and I feel like the next step for us is taking that next step and no matter what happens on the offensive end, continuing to do it the right way. And then, let the results, speak for themselves.
And lastly, we saw some of the locker room footage leak. You guys' celebration with Cal. Just how much does that speak to your group's willingness to celebrate each other and each other's accomplishments?
We just understand the long game in this. We understand that the sky's the limit for this team. And getting someone back like Markelle, is just gonna speed that process up for us. He's a great player, like I was saying earlier, and he's just gonna make a lot of things easier for this group. And I feel we all felt like it was a great opportunity to celebrate him. Coming back, he had 10 points, 6 assists in 15 minutes, and that's just a glimpse of what he can do.
Anything else? Thank you, Cal.
Yeah.